around and you're just cute and exist in my proximity. Yeah. You want me to rub your tummy? You want me to rub your tummy? What you looking at?
Dad!
Hey!
Hey!
If you like this content, please subscribe.
You can leave a comment.
Like it.
We're also on Anchor.
We're on Anchor. Both of our podcasts are on Anchor. So if you're on the go and you want to listen instead of having to watch YouTube, you can find us there.
It also works on Spotify as well.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks.
It's coffee break!
I think we're peeking a little bit.
We're not peeking.
Just scream directly into the microphone. No, don't do it.
Okay, well, it's been a week.
It has been.
It feels like forever.
It has been.
What happened?
I don't know. Last week feels like a month ago.
Wasn't last week's episode like 2 hours long?
It was, or something like that.
Like so unnecessarily long.
Yeah, just real dang long. And nothing really exciting happened throughout the week to make it feel like the last
Hope you guys
7
enjoyed
days.
it.
Yeah, bye. No, I don't know what happened. Just fucking time flew, I suppose.
You know what would be a really dick move?
What?
Oh man, this would be a funny thing to do. Make a 2 hour long episode and not record a new one the next week and just make it a 2-parter. We've already done 2-parters, but make you wait that week.
You know what?
And then on the third episode after that,
Mm-hmm.
pretend that second week never happened and just move on.
I saw there was this, I think it was Jack's Films, classic YouTuber. I'm pretty sure he did this, where it was a gag video where he starts it, you look at it and it's like 30 minutes long and you start it up and he does this thing and he's done within like the first minute and then it's just it's like 29 minutes of end slate.
Nice. I'm not gonna do that with coffee break. But we definitely gotta figure out a way to control time.
Yeah.
Because there's like 40-minute episodes and there's like 2-hour episodes. And then there's that crazy 2-parter that I'm talking about, which is like 3 hours.
It was like 4 hours, really. If you, like, it was a long time. We had a lot of stuff to talk about that weekish and a half.
I don't know, they just come at me every week and I'm just like, oh, it's been a week. This is literally, this podcast has become my mental reset.
Like how you know what day of the week it is?
Yeah.
Yes. I agree.
when we take our 2-week break,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be like, what day is it?
I'm just gonna be adrift, being like, what? Something happened? What? What day is it?
I did a weird thing this morning on the way to work.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to the radio instead of Spotify.
Ew.
And it was funny. It was funny. It was about, there's a good reason why buffets and potlucks aren't existing anymore.
Yeah, they're gross. They were gross before.
And that was the point that he was making. And he was like, yeah, I was just watching your kid just pick her booger and then just keep eating chips out of the bag.
Yep.
And he was like, okay, no one can eat the sandwiches.
It's like, yeah, there's a sneeze guard, but how many people walk in with their grubby, nasty fingers and then get all up in that shit? Oh, there's tongs here? That's okay, I'll just use my hand and grab all the bagels.
This story would have took place before all of that.
Mm.
And even the radio host was like, that's disgusting. We're not doing this.
Yeah, like buffet-style restaurants was always
And the co-host
gross.
was like, I ate sandwiches for months.
Gross.
To be really weird and awkward about it,
Mm-hmm.
he used to own 2 different eateries around here in the Phoenix area.
Oh, yeah?
And they were called Porkopolis.
I've never heard of this.
Well, you didn't live in this region.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, they were supposed to be great. Basically, you just barbecue pork.
Were they also buffet style?
No.
Okay.
No. But it's funny. It didn't work out for him. He had to close them all down.
Damn. Bummer.
It was the pandemic. Well, anyways, aside from ending on a sad note and not realizing, ooh, I did that by accident.
You do that a lot.
Yeah. I'm a negative person.
Yeah, you just process things negatively.
Yeah, I just go, wow. You remember how good that movie was? Too bad it's over.
Yeah, then you'll like hyperfixate on the parts you didn't like or the things that made you sad or upset. It's like you do that with like commercials too. You'll like focus on the thing you don't like, and it's like it's a minute-long commercial. It's not worth your thoughts being wasted on it.
Are you talking about that windshield commercial?
That was that one time, yeah.
Where I went on this tirade
Yeah.
about this grandfather. He's like, hey, because I have this service of windshield replacement, it gives me time to hang out with my grandkids.
And you were, to be fair, you were drinking, and you might have been a little too much drinking, because you just went on this.
Strung.
You just went on this rant about that grandfather probably doesn't even love his grandchild, probably doesn't even spend enough time with him, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It's about windshields.
And in my defense,
Yeah.
yes, maybe I was a little inebriated. But also, what the fuck does fixing your windshield have to do with spending time with your kids?
Commercials do that shit all the time, don't they? It's like,
because of HelloFresh, I could pet my dog more. Shut up!
I have arthritis, and now I can't do my favorite pastime.
Wank.
It's always some weird arts and crafty thing, like hand weaving baskets. It's like, all right, yeah, sure, we're all doing that in our spare time.
Underwater basket weaving. Yeah. You should be really good at that.
Something I've noticed: depression medicine ads.
Oh my god.
They get a lot of painting. They apparently, if you're depressed, you paint a lot. Apparently, according to these ads.
Do you remember at one point, before I left university, I had started working on some idea to make fun of these medicine ads?
I do remember that. It was a parody. It was going to be a parody thing for a class. Yeah.
Because I was so annoyed with them. They're like,
they suck.
Sometimes the world just feels gray and I don't want to be in it anymore. Until I took psoriasis.
Yeah. Some crazy thing you can't pronounce.
And then
and you start in a
there's way too many
desaturated
X's.
world.
Yep.
And then you go into slow motion like shots of you just existing. If it's a woman centered thing, it's slow motion shots of her like going out shopping with her gals, trying on clothes.
Yep.
One of her like hobby craft activities, and then seeing her kids happily at the end. But if it's a man focused thing, it's a lot of like going golfing with the dudes. Being
I wonder what your target audience
being
is.
alone in a car, driving down the highway, smiling about it.
To be fair, traffic makes me want to kill myself too.
Like a lot of like
Just kidding. I just want to kill everyone else.
a lot of mundane shots.
I'm not. It's all a joke. It's a joke. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Are we still peaking?
Yeah.
Damn. You'll have to adjust the audio on it. I think it's my mic.
I thought you don't like adjusting the audio on your mic.
Well, I tried not to. So one of us, you, fiddle fucked with the button somewhere.
When?
I don't remember. Months ago. A month ago. At one point in time.
Fingers being pointed, time's not being stamped.
Well, I don't touch these things, and you do. Because the moment anything goes wrong, your solution is to
Hearsay.
turn every single dial,
Hearsay.
press every single button.
Hearsay.
And usually it's something not mic-related, it's computer-related.
Hearsay.
It's not hearsay, it's reality.
It's the truth.
What are you, Amber Heard's lawyer?
What's his name?
I don't... Rottenberg.
Rotten fellow?
Something like that?
Yeah.
Rottenberg or something?
God, what an unfortunate name. Hey, I'm part of the bad guys team. My first name is Rotten.
It's like when you're playing an RPG and it's like, here's Dave, here's Tim, and here's like Skull Crusher. It's like, I wonder which one's gonna betray the party.
And Skull Trust, like, he's just like a tweaker and he's like, just do it, man.
He has like pale skin, like too pale. Like he looks kind of gaunt.
And a swastika tattooed onto his forehead, and you're like, I don't think you're my friend.
Like, I don't want that guy in my party. He says things that are like completely like I can't wait to help save the puppy. Yeah, let's go on an adventure. You're right, and we can kill all the monsters along the way. It's like, you're not being subtle. Am I supposed to be like, whoa, what a surprise?
It's like when you're trying to fall asleep in camp, and he's like, I remember the sounds of drowning my first victim. You're like, what? He goes, I remember gurgling Listerine. Stop.
Alright, what's like our actual news stuff? What's happening in the world?
Nothing good.
Nothing good?
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
let's go through our bullet points. Debbie Downer.
Oh, you were just asking me. I said nothing good is happening in the world.
No, I mean in our news stuff.
Well, we do actually have something good. That's the sound of my mic.
You mean your mouse?
My mouse. What did fucking sue me?
Technology. Too much.
So, San Diego Comic-Con. The most famous Comic-Con of all time.
Mm-hmm.
All the big guys show up.
Yep.
Right? In 2020, 2021, they got canceled. This year, it's happening.
Yeah. Bigger and better than ever, supposedly.
They are going to show up in San Diego. Of course. It would be really weird if they didn't.
San Diego Comic-Con at Buffalo.
Oh, great. I deleted the dates. It was like from the 21st of July to the 24th.
Okay, so later this month.
Yes. We don't know everything that they're revealing, but we do know the panels.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was interesting because this does tie into a lot of the things that we talk about.
It is.
Especially after 2 years.
Mm-hmm. I bet these are going to be huge.
Well, some of them I did some research in. Some of them I was like, I don't think I have the time to do that. So we might come back after Comic-Con, which is, 2 weeks out?
Yeah.
So, not next episode, but the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably talk about some of the things that
There'll
I didn't
probably,
talk about or I found interesting.
There'll probably be a lot more to just definitively talk about on that podcast.
Yep. And so we're going to kick off with Marvel.
Yeah.
Right? And they're going to talk about... Wow, I got to stop saying that. It's now driving me insane.
What?
Talk about... You want to talk about it?
Well, the more
Let's
you
talk
bring
about it.
attention to it...
Let's talk about it.
Can't you just say what it is?
But,
Go!
Okay. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. We did actually speak about this. There we go. See? I changed that up.
Jeez Louise. Only you.
With Nandor showing up, I'm very excited.
Nandor? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought of the
Aquaman ripoff?
I thought of the,
Who actually Aquaman rips off?
No, I was thinking of the character from, What We Do in the Shadows. Nandor.
Oh, I did say that. I said Nandor.
Yeah, that...
Nandor will be here at Comic-Con. Sorry.
Like the guy from What We Do in the Shadows?
No, they'll talk about him.
I just... Namor. Can't we just talk about What We Do in the Shadows instead?
When the new season comes out, I will.
Damn. Waiting. It's gonna be like 2 weeks from now or something.
Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania. Which, by the way, when I spelt it correctly. I thought that was nuts.
Congratulations.
I can't spell galaxy, which, by the way, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh, we're already gonna talk about it?
Yeah, they're coming up. So think of it like this. From this date to next year's date of Comic-Con.
Yeah. They gotta announce all this shit that's gonna be happening in between. I get it. I don't know.
Nearly.
I'm just so burnt out on it's just constant. And I get it, but god damn. It's really getting to the point where you have to start like weeding out the things that you actually give a shit about. It's like, alright, do I want to watch another Guardians movie? Maybe not. Do I want to watch a Thor movie? Okay, probably. Do I want to watch...
What are you talking about?
I don't want to watch all of these. They're all the same.
Maybe I'm going to watch Thor as you have tickets for it tomorrow?
Do we actually have tickets for it tomorrow?
Well, I didn't figure out the time, but I could definitely do it.
Alright, well, I knew we were gonna watch Thor, but like, if there's a Thor...
We haven't seen it yet.
Not yet. By the time this is up, and you're listening to it, we might be on our way to go see it. We're gonna see it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like, a lot of these ones, like, I don't... Like, I'm seriously sitting there going, I'm not sure if I want to watch She-Hulk. You know?
I don't want to watch She-Hulk either. But you know what?
I want to watch She-Hulk. You understand?
Oh, yeah, I understand.
But, I don't know. After how disappointing Miss Marvel has been.
We're not there yet.
Okay, let's hurry up
We'll
and go
talk
through
about Miss
Marvel's
Marvel.
stupid Comic-Con panels.
But I understand that. Something I found interesting is they're going to bring up Guardians of the Galaxy 3, right? Mm-hmm. And then the day before all of this, they're going to show off a new animated series called Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur.
Well, okay.
This is going to Disney Channel.
Moon Girl?
Hmm?
Who is Moon Girl?
How do you not know who Moon Girl is?
Who's Moon Girl?
Obviously, everyone knows who Moon Girl is.
I don't.
I didn't either. I had to look her up.
Is it like Moon Knight's daughter?
No, I thought that would be more clever, right?
Who's Moon Girl?
So she's a young girl who's black. Thought that was interesting.
Okay.
2015 November is when they released the first comic. The last issue was in November of 2019.
Is she?
She's an Inhuman. She's highly intelligent. She's the most smartest person in the MCU.
Cool.
Well, this isn't part of the MCU, but she is in the Marvel universe. Not to be confused with the MCU.
Yeah, it's the
The comic book universe.
So she surpasses Rocket, Tony, Reed.
Rocket didn't even make that list.
Rocket didn't make that list? No. Y'all are fucking sleeping
Banner.
on Rocket. Banner. And then there was
Victor Von Doom.
No.
Yep. He's in there.
No.
Yep.
Don't really care about him.
Okay.
Maybe those are the 4 I cared about. So she beats all of them?
You hate Victor Von Doom because he's the adversary of Reed Richards?
No, I find him incredibly
Do
boring.
you hate him because he's German?
I think I'm German. He's boring. Here's the thing. I watched Fantastic Four a lot. I like it a lot. Great movie. Victor Von Doom is cool and I love lightning powers. And then they did Fanforstic and I was like, aha, a perfect opportunity to do a different supervillain. And then they just did Victor again. It's like, yawn. It's fucking Borsville.
So she's an Inhuman, and she goes to the school. Mm-hmm. So she's just a kid, and she builds a laboratory underneath the school, where she ends up creating this red T-Rex, devil dinosaur.
All right.
And she ends up kind of conjuring him. And she's so powerful that she can actually swap minds with him. So when she swaps minds, her body becomes like catatonic.
Okay.
And then as the dinosaur, she can actually talk to you. She's this giant red T-Rex that destroys things and puts out fires and just saves the day.
You know what?
As I was reading more down this, and I was like, okay, this is the first story arc and I'm done with this. But a certain Hulk shows up.
She-Hulk?
No.
Oh.
His name is Amadeus Cho.
Oh.
Yeah. You're not following me? And I was like, who the is this?
Who's Amadeus? I was thinking of him.
So I looked up Amadeus.
I thought
he's the one who takes up the Hulk banner after
Bruce.
Banner.
I thought he had a daughter. I thought they had a daughter.
Remember comic books go everywhere?
Nah.
One of our fans put this out in a tweet earlier this week when being asked how to read comics, and then no one knows really where to start.
Yes.
His response was start from the beginning of the character. It was an interesting idea.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But here's my argument. Peter.
What about Peter?
Well, that's his favorite character. Let's talk about Peter. Where do I start? Do I really go back to the 1970s and start there?
Sure, why not? I would argue go with the start of one of the series. So, like, you don't need to start with the very, very beginning of Peter, but, like, they have cutoffs, endpoints, and then, like, relaunches or reboots, new series, where they basically start over and do it again, you know?
See, I'm more of a DC fan, so I can tell you those moments.
Yeah, like New 52, for example.
New 52, I would say, is a great place to start with Batman. And then that get lost in translation with Marvel.
I feel like a lot of Marvel comics, especially, are episodic. So you could kind of just like pick up any at random, and you would get a story, like a bite-sized story that fits for the most part, unless you happen to stumble upon a plot-specific story arc. You would just pick up a comic at random and get a story right then and there. Maybe a 2 or 3 parter or something.
Makes sense.
But with DC, it's a lot of like a full narrative throughout, so you have to start at the beginning. You can't pick up a random issue of a DC comic and get the gist of the characters and their powers or whatever.
Also, DC and Marvel, they love to take, like, if you're looking for the story arcs and where to start, this is my personal opinion, is find volumes.
Yes.
And they'll be like, oh yeah, here's the Batman and Batman 2 and Batman 3 and then Green Lantern issue 97. And you're like, wait, why? And somehow it just intercrosses together. And then here's like Harley Quinn in the quintuplets and then you're back to Batman episode 6, right? And you're like, what happened to 4 and 5? Like, what's going on?
See, this is why I like reading manga. Manga's a story. Yeah.
It's almost like, see, that's one thing I love about manga, is I can read Dragon Ball Z from start to finish and not have to go to somewhere else.
Yes.
With American comics, they're like, yeah, you should probably just buy the whole catalog. And it's like, stop.
Especially with how often, and the MCU perfectly displays this, how often their stories crisscross with each other. So even if you get like every issue of, let's say, Spider-Man, you're going to also need issues randomly of the Fantastic Four, or of the X-Men, or of this, that, and the other thing, because at some point in time, Spidey's going to branch off and do something dicking around in some other person's story arc and come back to his. So if you don't follow that branching off, you're going to be like, where did this come from? Who was this character? What's this power?
I would use a better example of the MCU, and it's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Well, yeah, that's, I guess.
When he's talking to the Illuminati.
Yeah.
One of the members there is Black Bolt. Played by the same guy who played Black Bolt in a live-action adaptation of The Inhumans for ABC.
Cool.
It flopped.
Damn.
Hard.
Bummer.
Fish out of water.
Oof.
Right?
Was it around the same time that, what is that? Smallville?
No.
No?
I have heard rumors that Smallville's coming back, though.
Coming back? How? I thought it ended. I remember even my mother talking about it, and she didn't even watch Smallville. She was just like, wow, 11 years, it's finally over. And I was like, that's a long time for me to see the, like, commercials in between episodes of Pokemon the anime. You know? It's like, Smallville is a thing. It took me until after the show was over for me to realize Smallville was about Superman.
What?
I didn't like Superman. I didn't know the name of the town he grew up in. I just thought they had superpowers. I didn't know it was a specific super dude.
Especially at the end when he's teaming up with the Justice League.
I didn't watch it.
I tried. It was horrible.
I was 5 when that show came out. I did not give a shit.
One of the producers of Smallville went on defeated. He was like, oh, this was horrible. And so he created this show, this nobody show. No one would even watch it or talk about it today. It's called Arrow.
You can tell. Even just from looking at the trailers and commercials and stuff, you can tell.
I loved Arrow.
Are we still talking about what they're talking about at Comic-Con?
Yes, so back to Comic-Con. DC. We will be talking, or seeing, Green Lantern, Beware of My Power.
Is that animated one?
Yep.
Ah, it looked dope. Hell yeah.
So it's an animated DC film.
It got fucking finally Jon Stewart up in here.
Yep.
The best Green Lantern. Finally. Get rid of Hal. Hal sucks. John all the way. That's my Green Lantern.
Well, the trailer pretty much says that too.
Yeah, he died off screen. Who cares?
And then they will be talking about Black Adam and Shazam! Fury of Gods. Shazam 2.
Ooh, finally! About time. I've been curious about Shazam. I know we had to wait for Black Adam to come because he's going to be in Shazam 2.
3.
Sorry, whatever.
With Soups.
Yeah. But, finally.
So, Netflix is the next one. Next big contender. They're going to talk about rebooting Lost in Space because they're ending it, or they already did. And then the next thing is...
Wait. They're rebooting it?
No.
What's...
They're going to talk about finishing off the reboot.
Oh, they never finished the reboot?
They did, but they're going to talk about it.
Oh.
They didn't have a chance to talk about it. Remember, there's 2 years missing.
Yeah, okay.
And then after that is going to be The Sandman.
Oh, yeah, this one is the one you're really looking forward to.
Yes. This will be my Stranger Things.
You are a Stranger Thing.
At least I don't go back through the annals of catalogs to find...
That is not the word.
The way I feel right now? Yes, it is. Master! I might get sued for this after.
What are you singing?
Master of Puppets.
Why? Is it in Stranger Things?
Do you not know this?
Now, who cares?
One of the most beloved characters plays Master of Puppets before he gets killed.
I don't know who any of the beloved characters are.
His name is Eddie, bro.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't care. There's literally zero effort inside of me to give a shit.
Okay, well, as I said, episodes before, I don't give a fuck about Stranger Things and then bring it up like I know it.
Yeah.
I know people enjoyed it.
Is something happening with The Simpsons?
So Disney will be another panel. They will talk about Abbott Elementary. Oh, National Treasure Edge of History.
I'm sorry. We rolled past. What is Abbott Elementary?
It's about elementary teachers.
What about them?
It's a sitcom.
Oh, okay.
We've seen trailers for it.
I mean, you said it like it was important and then rolled past it. I was like, well, what is that? So, National Treasure Edge of History. A TV show.
Yes.
Nicolas Cage?
No.
Oh, why would I even bother? Why watch it?
Who's his dumb psychic? Eddie or Jason or something like
Ronnie or something like Randy.
Yeah.
Randy. His name was Randy. I remember.
that? Well, the actor's gonna come back to play the character.
Well, that's fun. So everyone's coming back except for Nick Cage?
The girl isn't coming back.
Oh.
Or his dad, Martin Sheen.
Didn't Martin Sheen was his dad?
Either that or I'm absolutely wrong.
I think you're wrong. But I don't know who else it could have been. So...
Robert Redford? It's a joke. It's a joke. Let's find out.
No, like...
Are we back? We're back.
Okay.
We're back.
Yeah, you an idiot.
We're back.
You ready to keep going?
Yeah. So we tried to look up his name, his dad's name, the actor.
Yeah.
There's something cut out.
The computer.
That's why there's going to be a skip here.
No, if Nick Cage isn't gonna be in it, I don't want to watch it, quite frankly. Like, the first movie, really great. Fantastic. Second movie, total ass. Not good at all.
I would put it akin to... Well, it's not as good, but... The Mummy and The Mummy Returns.
So, like, the first one being really good and the second one being really terrible.
Why would you think I like the second one?
I don't know. You talk about it a lot.
Yeah, I talk about it because it's like, what is this?
A cash grab is what it is.
It is. The third one's more upsetting. Back to Disney. Oh, National Treasure, sorry.
Yeah.
Interesting
doing a TV series for it.
Yeah, so the star will be Catherine Zeta-Jones, as far as I know.
Okay.
Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Catherine Zeta-Jones, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Interesting.
Well, we'll find out more when the time comes.
Yeah, I'd love to see a trailer. Maybe that'll help convince me more.
They'll talk about Solar Opposites.
Hell yeah, which comes out this week, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. This week or next week. I don't remember. I saw a trailer for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does it look as dumb as usual?
It looks like Solar Opposites.
Good. The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder.
Oh,
which I thought that was not well received.
I don't know. I don't really know if people liked it or not. Is it getting a second season?
I don't know. It just looks like they're going to talk about it.
Well, that's going to be cool.
You know, meet the actors and,
yeah.
Hey, this is what we were doing.
This was the writing and the storyboarding and whatever, etc., etc.
Bob's Burgers. Archer.
Which
I thought was over.
I think it ended a while ago. It might just be talking about like talking to the guy and whatever.
The Simpsons, American Dad, and Family Guy together.
Is Seth MacFarlane gonna be there?
Yo, yeah.
Well, he probably is, because there's also Orville
Right
on this
after
list.
that. And then, last of all, the finish off the whole Disney thing, which I find kind of funny, is What We Do in the Shadows.
Yay!
So bring it all the way back around. Are you excited for it?
Fuck yes. Too excited. I can't wait. It was amazing last season. I am so excited to see what happens this season. I'm excited. I can't wait. You excited?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just, can we keep doing this?
Sure. I bet they have like another season or 2 left in them.
You know what's funny is I was talking to one of my coworkers about this, and I found out that they were also a fan of the show. And one of the things they wanted to bring up was Nandor being in love with the attendant for...
Like a gym?
Yeah, for the gym.
Yeah.
And so he kept sending in his friends to be disguised as him. And they keep failing.
Yes.
Right? And so finally he shows up and he's like, why won't you accept me? And she's like, I'm a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
And then the security guard comes out and he's like, hey, you can't be here. And Nandor just puts up his arm and just shoves him through a wall.
Yeah, it's easy to forget that Nandor is like actually super strong.
And I always forget that. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, I'll never come back again.
That's what your coworker brought up?
I thought it was funny that was a scene or sequence that we enjoyed together.
It's a good one. It
was a good
very
episode.
memorable moment.
That's how that ends. Is just him just kind of shoving a guy through a wall.
Is that the end of Comic-Con stuff?
No.
No? How much is that Comic-Con?
Dude, you're... What?
What?
What are you complaining about?
I thought that was the end. I thought it was just ads at the rest of this.
No.
Let's go on. Let's keep going.
Okay, HBO. We'll talk about Harley Quinn Season 3, Looney Tunes for Everyone. I'm not too sure what that is. Gremlins, Secret of Mogwai, which will be an upcoming animated series, which is already renewed for a second season, which takes place in the 1920s about a boy learning about...
Alright, you don't need to speed run the information at me.
Okay.
It's animated?
Yeah.
Who's animating it?
I don't know. Why would I know that?
I don't know. You're the one looking up all this stuff.
I don't know animation companies.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Anyways, it's already been renewed for a second season, and then last of all, House of the Dragon, which is the prequel to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, which will be coming out November, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Or October.
October? I thought Lord of the Rings was October. No, that's August. What's coming out in October?
No. They come out in August. Lord of the Rings is November.
Is it?
Yeah. Don't hold me accountable. Warner Brothers, not to be confused with DC or HBO. Okay. They'll talk about Cartoon Network. We're not too sure. It looks like Craig of the Creek, Teen Titans Go, and We Baby Bears.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
And then they have a whole day dedicated to the cunts of Riverdale.
They're a whole day dedicated to Riverdale? That's what they need in order to excuse all these weird plot threads. I haven't actually seen it. I just hear the stories all over the place and not well explained.
And Sesame Street Mecha Builders? I don't even want to know.
What
I'm
a
done.
combination of
I'm
words
done.
I never expected. Oscar the Grouch is gonna win. I can just imagine that. A fucking mech suit trash can.
Paramount will also show up. They'll talk about Rugrats. The babies are back.
They're
Teen Wolf.
redoing Rugrats?
Yes.
Wow.
Teen Wolf the movie. SpongeBob SquarePants. Beavis and Butthead's reboot. A new animated series about Transformers Earthspark.
Oh, this is
one
the one
word.
Earthspark. Yeah, this is the one you were talking about before.
So I was reading the synopsis for it, and it read something like this. The Transformers and the Decepticons are at war on Cybertron.
Okay.
So the Autobots leave, and the Decepticons follow to fight on Earth. But the Autobots are adopted by, and I quote, multicultural family.
So, like, I get what... Alright, so I get the point of pointing out that it's a multicultural family, is so that the Autobots aren't just taking in only things from, like, white culture people and stuff.
Oh, maybe it'll be like a foster home?
Maybe. Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. That would make more sense.
Hell
but I
yeah.
was just like, why add that word?
Is this a cartoon?
Yes.
It's been a very long time. From what I can remember, every Transformers cartoon I watched was dope. So I expect this to be also dope.
The day after, a film called Evil. And then after that, Star Trek.
Nice. Cool.
Amazon will also be showing up. Hitting it hard with Wheels of Time. Or the Wheel of Time Origins.
Did that show?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Damn.
Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power.
Yeah. We saw a trailer for it, and I'm excited. I am excited for it.
Adult Swim will be there. With
What?
Smiley Friends?
We're gonna get more smiling friends?
Dude.
Hell yeah!
If I haven't said this before, and I might be repeating myself, probably one of the best pilot episodes I've ever seen is literally their whole goal is to make this guy smile.
Yeah.
And the whole point of the time is he's just holding a revolver to his head because he's done with it.
Yeah. Smiling Friends is fucking funny.
And like force him through the whole day to finally get him to smile and go, okay, we're done.
It's one of those shows where like you start watching it and it's like, this is like a lot to handle all at once. But like the moment you get past like the first 5 minutes, I'd say, you're just hooked and you can't look away, and it gets funnier and funnier. The final episode is also hilarious.
Oh, God.
Charlie dies for real.
Yeah. Rick and Morty will also be showing up because that new season will come out, season 6.
I don't know. I'm kind of done with Rick and Morty. Like, I know they're gonna get 10 seasons, but I don't know. They've just been doing the same thing for, I don't know, 4 seasons now.
Sci-Fi, Peacock will also be there. Apple TV, Severance.
Yes! Hell yes! Severance and Ted Lasso, those are the only good things on Apple TV. But they're worth it.
AMC will be showing up with Tales of the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead, and Interview with the Vampire.
Oh. Okay.
Do you not see them right there?
I mean, yes, but I was thinking about, like, the other shows of theirs coming out right now. Like Dark Winds and... What was the one that just ended? What, the Cowboys?
Oh,
What was that?
Dirty Black Bag?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's expected something from either of those to show up.
So that Dirty Black Bag got buried, sadly.
Yeah.
It's not official, but I'm pretty sure I can call it.
Damn.
Which sucks, because I loved it. And it had no right to die that way. Well, Dark Winds is making its resurgence.
Nice.
Because it's a much more grittier and darker version of Jack Reacher. Mm-hmm. But Native American telling.
Hell yeah.
I'm also like 3 episodes behind now.
Oh, are you? It's
Yeah.
been that long already?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm so
when do
excited.
episodes come out?
I'm 1 week ahead of everyone if I had stayed up.
Oh. When do episodes come out?
Every Sunday.
Okay.
Also, AMC has released finally the season 6 part B or part 2
Of what?
of Better Call Saul, which is the finale.
Oh! Wow, finally.
We'll
Like, what,
Well,
15 years in the making? Or something? Hasn't it been, like, a long time?
you have to remember from 2020 to now, there's been a big struggle to make things.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, like, from the start of the series.
Oh man, yeah. I was watching that before I left to Flagstaff.
Yeah.
God, that was a long time ago. Oh well.
Memories. Meh.
So there we go. Comic-Con, so far as what we know. I'm excited. We can only speculate. Mm-hmm. Not much. I think there's going to be other YouTubers and be like, let's talk about Ant-Man and Wasp and Quantumania. And it's just like, well, we could also just wait for the trailers.
Yeah, that's true. I'd just much rather wait for trailers to come out.
Yeah. I just wanted to say what so far they have officially announced and what we're going to see.
Because it's a lot to, like, speculate. Like, you know, oh, they're doing a new animated version of Gremlins. Whoa. Until I see, like, the mood of the show, what animation direction they're going with, the voice acting and stuff like that. There's not much to judge yet.
Yeah.
Other than, I guess I'm excited for that. Wasn't expecting it, but cool.
So, next up, Only Murders in the Building gets renewed for a third season, and the second season's not done. They did this last year.
I really like.
I don't know if we were recording Coffee Break at that time.
We weren't. We missed because it was Only Murders was the year before. It wasn't last year.
It was last year.
It ended. No,
when we moved into this place, we were watching it.
Did we not talk about Only Murders on the podcast? It might have.
I might have said second season.
It might have been finishing, like, just before we started recording Coffee Break.
This is be way back in the catalog.
Yeah. I really like Only Murders. I liked the first season. I'm liking the second season.
You know what's weird is, like, the first episode, I was like, oh, it's kind of weird coming back. Second episode, I was like, this is dumb. And then the last episode we saw, right, we're only 3 in?
Yes.
I was like, okay, we're getting more interesting again.
No, I like it. I really like it. I like the characters. I like the premise. I like the setting of the hotel.
I like the cast.
Yeah.
Martin. And Martin.
Martin Short and Martin Sheen.
What?
No, that's not his name. Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Yes.
And then Selena
Gomez.
Really, the three of them have great chemistry together. They're fun.
I'm amazed that Selena can actually hold her own with them. Mm-hmm. Because those two have been in movies before.
Yeah, and they're best friends for, like, ages and ages.
Yeah.
You know.
We call them the Martins.
Yeah, they've done everything together. They were in Prince of Egypt. That animated movie.
They're the two ones bickering with each other.
Yeah. They do a lot of things like that.
They did Three Amigos. And here's my review on Three Amigos, really quickly. I never saw it, and I heard it was great. So, is it worth watching?
I mean, they're in it. But also Chevy Chase is in it.
Okay, so I've watched all of the vacation films besides the reboot.
Oh yeah, they rebooted it, didn't they?
Do you remember that summer where I sat down and watched all the reboots?
I do.
Or not the reboots, but all of them?
Yeah, I remember coming home, because you were doing, like, I was at work, you were at home, and I came home and you were in the middle of one of them, like, their Vegas vacation or something. And you were like, I didn't know this was a series. Like, this was a franchise. I thought it was just Christmas Vacation. And I was like, yeah, there's like 12 of these things.
There's like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah,
but I was just like, oh my god, it just keeps going.
Yeah.
The Vegas one, horrible.
Is this the last one, I think?
Before the reboot, yeah.
Yeah.
There's also that like spin-off with the uncle.
Oh yeah, that crazy
guy. Or cousin Eddie.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, the first one, okay. The third one, I get it. It's a Christmas film. Mm-hmm. And also, you don't really need to know the characters.
If it wasn't for that Christmas film, this movie franchise would have been lost to obscurity. No one would have kept up.
It's weird. It was Christmas that saved the day for that family.
Yes.
And that is the story of Christmas with the Cranks.
In every single...
Deal with it.
I hate that movie so
I fucking love it.
much.
Dude, canned ham?
We got very sidetracked. What were we talking about?
Christmas with the Cranks?
Oh, Only Murders.
oh, they're actors.
Yeah. No, they bounce off each other really well, all three of them. I love them. Fun dynamics, very funny.
I've seen scenes from it, and I'm just like...
From what?
I'm still on Three Amigos. I'm sorry. I'm just still stuck there.
It doesn't look good.
I don't get it.
I'll be honest.
You know what's a really trashy Western that we should really look at and just be like, wow, that was cool?
What?
Blazing Saddles.
I was gonna say.
I love it.
Great movie.
One of my favorite moments in that. It's an older film. It's what, the 70s?
80s, 90s.
There's a white sheriff.
Yeah.
No, black sheriff.
Yes.
Black sheriff and a white gunslinger.
Yeah.
Who is Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the black actor's name. Sidney.
I don't remember his name either. The only name I remember is Gene Wilder.
Anyways, they need to get into this group or this line.
Yeah.
And they need to cut to make sure
Do
they
you
get there.
remember what the line was of?
And
It was the KKK.
they decide they're gonna mug the KKK.
Oh.
So the sheriff, the black character,
Yeah.
pops out and he goes, "Hey, where are the white women at?"
Where the white woman at?
And they're like, "Did you see him?" And they run around the rock, and you just hear this like Batman, Adam West punching noises.
Looney Tunes ass.
And then they come back in their outfits.
Fucking hilarious. Mel Gibson.
Do you remember? Yes, it's Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson is.
Do you remember how insane that finale is?
Yes.
Where they're running through sets
just, like,
of all sorts of movies.
Yeah, they fight off of their own movie set into other sets on the Warner Brothers lot.
They're just getting like they're doing like a 1920s like dance routine,
and then
they're
here
just
comes
running
in like 20 dudes in cowboy outfits,
being followed by like police from the 1920s of New York.
Yeah, they just take whatever set they crash into, they bring them with them.
Yeah,
along.
they just keep fighting.
It's really, really funny. My favorite Mel Gibson movie, it's always going to be Robin Hood Men in Tights. That one's hilarious.
I think the funniest fucking part of that one is the bad guy's mole.
How he moves.
And then when someone finally brings it up and just goes, "Why does that keep moving?" And he goes, "It doesn't move."
There's so many good gags.
Oh, the next best part? Billy Crystal.
Yeah, he is in there, isn't he? You know what's the next best part? Clint Eastwood.
Clint's in there?
Yeah, he's like this. He doesn't get any lines of dialogue. He's the mute sniper that they get to assassinate Robin Hood. And he shows up for like 3 or 4 scenes, and then he just leaves because he didn't want to do it anymore.
That's awesome. I love Clint Eastwood. Like, if we're gonna really talk about westerns, let's sit down and talk about spaghetti.
Yeah, let's bring up 2 Mules for Sister Sarah. You're not a true western fan unless you know 2 Mules for Sister Sarah, my personal favorite.
A few dollars more, High Plains Drifter.
Yep.
I mean, Unforgiven.
Not a Clint Eastwood movie, but the Oxbow incident, really good one. I like that one a lot. It's an old one, black and white movie. Not like they have talking, like they can talk in this one, but
You know, one that I really loved for all the film fans out there, like looking for something. It's a dry spaghetti western, but it's between you and I and a Winchester.
I don't think I know this one.
Yeah, they don't teach it in school, but I found it. Oof.
Nice.
It's about murder and revenge.
A lot of them are like that. We have.
Well, that's a theme.
So anyway, congratulations on Only Murders getting a 3rd season.
Yeah, good guys.
All right, what's next?
Miss Marvel.
Hell. It's so bad. I'm so disappointed with it. What are your thoughts?
Let's say last Thursday, I was doing something. Coworker came up to me and he goes, "Did you watch it?" And I go, "Yeah. I think it's a god-awful film. Or god-awful show." And our boss overheard me and went...
It's so disappointing.
I can't even help it.
I wanted to like it so bad. It's just, you can tell it has no identity. They were confused with what they wanted to do. Clearly there's been rewrites aplenty. It now feels like 3 different stories, like, garbled together half-assedly. Is it the story about a girl with superpowers in high school? Or is it the story about, the government people trying to hunt down supers? Or is it the story about, Jin and their, like, assassin squad or whatever, it's just so ass backwards and all over the place. Nothing that feels like it should hit emotionally does, because the way we get there feels contrived. This was something that pissed me off. We had a flashback in the latest episode to, like, her grandmother meeting...
Partition.
Yeah, her grandmother meeting her grandfather and whatever. And I was like, listen, I can't believe they had Maybelline eyeshadow and mascara and fake glue-on eyelashes back then. Like
Not only
a
that-
full face of makeup.
Botox
Yep.
and ruby red lipstick.
Like, some of these I'm willing to forgive. Like, there's not a single hair out of place
And
in
a
her
hairstyle.
braid. I'm willing to forgive that. I'm willing to forgive that.
I'm not.
Even if she's a magical djinn, maybe they got fantastic hair that never gets a strand out of place. I am willing to forgive that. But I don't know. Because no one else looks this way. Grandpa looked like he was of the era. Every single other woman in the fucking set looked like she was of the era. But this lady walked up on set and was like, "No, I need my perfectly faded smoky eye look." It's like, 'cause we didn't have, it just so fails to immerse me every single step of the way. On top of the tiny sets. You can tell the sets they're on are like the size of Harry's bedroom in the first movie. They are tiny. And they're desperately trying to do cool choreography in these like itty bitty little sets, and it's just like not working. I don't know where the budget went. It disappoints me. I am disappointed. I'm gonna write a lightning review for it.
Okay. So here's my issue with Miss Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Why take the potential of having this amazing character? And oh my god, from here we are going to go on so many different routes.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, the way Disney went with it,
Ugh.
I'm disgusted.
It's just...
And I have no right to even say, like, Muslim women, right? I don't know why I said that. I'm so exhausted by this thing. There's been so much backlash towards this whole series, and oh, she's Muslim.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like, you can't say anything bad because it's Muslim representation. Yes, and I love that, and that's really cool. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to like it, but it's still bad. It's still a bad show. I would have loved it if we got good Muslim representation, and it was an amazing show that I wanted to watch. You know, just representation alone doesn't make something good.
I understand that that's part of her family. She's 16 years old,
Quite frankly,
and that's something that she's going through.
that was the part that I wanted to see.
Yes.
That I wish we focused on that more.
Way plenty of that.
And then we got, oh, let's derail into the same old thing that's in every single Marvel movie.
In fact, I enjoy those moments more, even though I'm like, oh, it's just a girl film, you know, like a girl thing. It's like, okay, fine, but it doesn't bother me. The culturalism does not bother me. It never hindered my curiosity for this character.
Yeah, and even though, like I am, like, neither of us are Muslim, and you are not a 15-year-old girl,
How do you know?
I caught on after a while. That's not a barrier for the audience. Like, even us, who is separated from the concepts of this main character and the plot threads of her lifestyle, that's not a barrier for us. We can easily find ourselves engrossed in the concepts of her world and her religion and her struggles with it. But the problem is the story got boring.
So, the story did become shit.
Yeah.
And we can attack the story after this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because it has every right to be brutalized.
It's just... ugh.
Just horrifically murdered.
There's one episode left. I don't think it can fix it.
Have you noticed she hasn't had her costume yet?
This is another thing that's pissing me off. It's either Moon Knight, where they get their costume immediately, or Miss Marvel, where at the very last second they finally get their costume.
I'll take Moon Knight.
Honestly, yes. Honestly, yes.
I'll take Moon Knight. And I'll be like, you know what? That was the best, worst thing I ever saw.
Now, because I used
But
to...
no. Hold on.
Go.
Here's the thing. So people are saying, you know, Ms. Marvel sucks. It sucks. It really does. It really fucking blows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then I hear these defenses. Oh, you got a problem with Muslim people? You got a problem with her color? You got a problem with all these things?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what I'm talking about. I've never had that problem. You know what my problem is? The fucking writing, the acting, and the goddamn CGI.
CG's awful.
This is my legitimate problem.
Terrible.
I'm willing to open and accept, and I always have been.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it when we saw that her great ancestor, or her grandma, or Mima, whatever.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, fucking hot.
She was pretty, sure.
God damn. But why take all of that away and just write this shit ass story? Really,
It's just
at the fucking end of the last episode, she's been fighting the Jinn.
Yeah.
Which last week I was like, oh yeah, ninjas drop in. I didn't know that was actually the Jinn.
Yeah,
it was so poorly done.
The filming was terrible. Like, it was just like...
What's the answer to it?
Oh, they just killed
I'll
themselves.
sacrifice myself.
Yeah, the problem solved itself. Literally, you could have just done absolutely nothing, and like she did. Also, the way she uses her powers is so boring. It's like it's a problem I have with every single rendition of Green Lantern. You're the only limit of your power is your own imagination. Do something with your power. But here's the thing about the criticisms of you. Well, you can't say anything because it is a representation. Because this is representation. You can't say anything bad about it. You can't criticize it because it's representation. The moment you do that about anything getting representation within a form of media, you are othering it. You are implying it is not willing of the same standards of critique and criticism as the norm, because you are implying it is not the norm, which is othering. And that defeats the point of inclusion and representation. If you act like something like gay representation or Muslim representation or anything in between and whatever the hell, if you act like that is something that is can't be criticized, you are doing far more harm towards that representation and what it is trying to symbolize and everything than
so many great options, and then you've got this culturalism going in there. You got your family. Why do this? Why take a side thing with the Jinn, which one of my biggest points about the Jinn was, oh, if they're going to dominate the world, why would you leave it to a 16-year-old girl? Wouldn't there be like a team of people like, hey, I'm still here and I might mess you up? Like, aka Doctor Strange.
Or something like that. Yeah, exactly.
Spider-Man. Hulk.
Yeah.
Well, I could just keep naming.
The real Captain Marvel or Rambo. You know.
But you're not gonna do that, and you're gonna say like, oh, she's independent. That's not independence. That's just piss poor writing. Mm-hmm. The fact that you brought back Bruno and who's the other hot guy?
I can't even remember his name. He's like, they introduced like, here's Hot Boy number 1 and Hot Boy number 2, and then just dropped them.
And Hot Boy number 2 comes back to Bruno and he's like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't know your name. And then like all of a sudden a rocket launches and blows up the store.
I'm like, we're suddenly bringing these characters back out of nowhere?
Why? And then we end there.
Yeah.
There.
You know what I think it is? And it bums me out. I bet it was they had a story, and then some Marvel executive person, someone came running up and going, this needs to tie into the next movie. So we want to do this plot about this thing. So you need to tie this plot about these drones or whatever, the CIA lawyer people who also interviewed Spider-Man. You need to tie that into this plot. but I already have the story written. It doesn't matter. It's gonna tie into it's the web of the next 20 years of this franchise. You gotta tie it in, and so they had to go back last second and desperately try to thread this thing into the story, and it's just got jarbled up along the way.
So you're not wrong. The head writer and creator of this show, she began writing this long before there were many more plans. Mm-hmm. And she created this whole series for Miss Marvel. Because Captain Marvel flopped.
Boring.
I can't figure out which one's worse. Her or Black Widow. Solo films? Pretty bad.
Oof, Black Widow's bad because of the fucking... Black Widow's bad. You watched it, and I was playing Animal Crossing or something?
Yeah, I also watched Captain Marvel, and I still hated it.
I fell asleep during Captain Marvel.
Yeah, you lucked out.
I know.
Because I regretted.
I know, but I gotta stay awake for that 10 out of 10 CGI from Black Widow.
Yeah. And then you get... You get this whole, like, oh, we have this idea of what Phase 4 is gonna be, and then, bam! What if we just take all of them and put them all together?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's been a thing since the end of Endgame, where every single Marvel thing now,
Scrambling.
it feels like they're desperate to try to do these threads to tie it all together. Nothing ever feels like it get to be its own story. Everything feels like a trailer for something else that will then end up being a trailer for something else. Like the Eternals, it was a trailer for the Black Knight. And now Miss Marvel, it's just a trailer for the Marvels.
Yeah, and that's what people were feeling. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people, after watching Love and Thunder, sorry, that was me hitting the desk, they're wondering, what is the point of Phase 4?
Yeah, I just feel like they're trying to do it all again, but they don't know what they did the first time.
Well, do they?
I don't know.
They might have a nice little trick up their sleeve. Okay, so what we're going to do here in the future with Marvel is make next year the Marvels.
Yeah.
Right, which will be Captain America, or...
Yeah, he'll come back. That's the Marvel.
Sad news, he doesn't come back.
Yeah, it'll be Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Monica Rambeau.
A Photon?
Yes. Every time I think Star Swirl. And,
and
I have to
Marvel.
remind myself Star Swirl is a My Little Pony character.
So Miss Marvel was conceptualized without this idea of a movie.
Yeah.
And this is what we're feeling. We're feeling these effects. This is why this last episode is going to be really weird.
And the thing is, it feels like, I don't think they need, like, it feels like they sat there and went, oh, we're going to have 3 Marvel girls. What if they were all in a movie? And then they're like, yeah, let's do that. Like, is this movie going to be... No,
this is not what that is.
Is this movie going to be pivotal?
It's because Captain Marvel failed.
Oh, this is their attempt to bring back views and money?
Mm-hmm.
What were you reading earlier? That apparently Marvel has, like, really crappy towards its animation department, its CG department?
The companies that work for or get hired by Marvel are refusing to do work because of the short deadlines, and they're absolute assholes about it.
See, that makes sense. See,
you can see it in the show.
Like, we've been talking about this for weeks now, about how completely ass Marvel's CG is.
I'll say right now, I enjoyed Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but the CGI looks like shit.
That's the thing with Marvel movies. This has been a thing since, like, I'm gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy. That was the beginning of their CG looking like trash. Like, it's fine, but none of us was really thinking there was a tree man standing over there. Let's be honest.
What?
In Guardians of the Galaxy? Groot?
You take those words out of your mouth.
I love him!
You shut the fuck up.
Alright, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. How about that? Baby Groot never looked right. Rocket doesn't look right.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That CG doesn't look
Why
right.
do you attack another beloved classic?
Because the CG looks bad. And
do you
it's
remember
looked
Baby
bad
Groot
since then.
starts killing people?
Yeah. it's when
I love him.
It's when Rocket's trying to get him to bring him
He's my
an arm.
favorite fucking plant-based character of all time.
Isn't there a show coming out called I Am Groot about Baby Groot?
Yeah.
When is that happening?
That's none of your concern.
I mean, I see it on pistachio boxes for some reason.
No, because he's a plant.
Well, I get it. I understand the correlation. I
Yeah,
just assume
kids, hey, eat these pistachios. They're healthier.
we just haven't even seen a trailer for him or anything. I would have gone with She-Hulk on the pistachio boxes. She's green, like pistachios. That's coming out soon.
Well, I really want to crumple this whole thing up and throw it away.
Do you not think I am a marketing expert?
Miss Marvel?
We can't. Okay, what do you have to say about Miss Marvel?
It began with the idea of just being a show.
Uh-huh.
And then when I was reading about what happened, they're like, oh, we need to bring in the others. The other Marvel girls. And then, here's my thing. Captain Marvel, I don't care.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Rambo, cool. But,
Rambo, cool. But Miss Marvel, you're going down that same route of just being sucktacular and lame-tastic.
just so, it's just so...
Let's
like,
not do this.
We've seen this story a million times. We can't keep going on and on about Miss Marvel. We gotta keep going on with our... Because we got more stuff to talk about.
Okay, Day Shift on Netflix.
Oh, is this one with
August 12th.
Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg?
Jamie.
I said Jamie.
I heard Jimmy.
Jamie Foxx. Jamie. I'm saying it. Jamie. Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg.
So, Jamie Foxx is a vampire hunter who, with the choreography of John Wick, is hunting down vampires. He calls on... This is what I got out of the trailers. He got Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. And it's not like a secret type of deal. It seems like.
And I pointed this out that this could be potentially another great black vampire film.
Hell yeah. Which I'm glad this is a franchise. This is not a franchise. A genre that's happening.
Because the last time we saw this, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Was the kids in Brooklyn? Vampires in Brooklyn.
Vampires in the Bronx?
The Bronx.
Yeah.
My bad.
Chris Red's in it. That was another Netflix
How
thing.
How dare another black person be in Brooklyn?
That was a Netflix thing again, right? Wasn't it?
It might have only been there.
Damn. No, I'm totally loving this genre of cool black people fight vampires.
I'm cool with it too. If you haven't seen Vampires in Brooklyn,
yeah,
Bronx,
one of them. I don't really remember the name of the movie.
It's funny because it's like, do you remember that movie came out years ago? We watched it before the pandemic with the teenage kids who had to get across the highway, get a bottle of beer.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that, but with vampires.
What was that movie called? Like The Good Kids or The Bad Kids or something
The
like that?
Good Boys or something?
It was a Seth Rogen, like he did it, but he wasn't in the movie.
It was hilarious.
Good vibes like that. Fun stuff.
I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah.
August 12th again. Elon Musk terminated his deal with Twitter.
What an idiot. What a dumb idiot. Bitch idiot.
He has the money to expend.
Well, yeah, but still.
So Twitter's gonna countersue him for even pretending that he was gonna buy him.
It's a $1 billion cancellation on the contract.
Oh,
so
no.
he already has to pay $1 billion.
Oh, no.
No. And Twitter's like, fucking yes, making bank. I'm glad everyone was able to bully Elon Musk off of Twitter.
It wasn't that.
What was it?
It was actually the bots.
Oh, he says that. He was like, I'm gonna prove that like 70% of Twitter is bots, and then everyone sat there and bullied him for it.
I would blame the thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Everyone knows the thoughts are rampant on Twitter.
They are.
Are they?
I don't know.
Not in my circles of Twitter.
Neither mine. Some sad news. We felt 3 losses this week.
3? I thought it was only 2.
It's 3.
Okay.
I wrote 2, but there's a third one that I brought in.
What's the third? Alright.
So the first one is James Caan.
Yes.
Caan.
Cann.
Yeah, Caan.
N-N.
My bad.
Cann. You have it spelled with 2 N's. Is it 2 A's or 2 N's?
2 A's.
Okay.
Which is Italian. It would cancel itself out. Comes Con.
Uh-huh.
James Caan played Sonny from The Godfather.
Yep. He was also the dad in Elf. I think that's where more people
Will
our
recognize
age.
him.
Yeah.
I love The Godfather. He was one of my favorite characters. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. In his scene in the movie, his big scene.
Yeah, even I've seen it. I haven't watched the movie, but I know that scene.
I love that scene. When he beats the shit out of the guy and he's hopping over the fence and just takes the lid of the trash can and just hits him on the head.
Yeah, they love
How
talking
dare
about
you
that one in film
fucking
school.
ever do that to my... And then they line him up and gun him down. But that's just the movie. That's not how he died.
Bummer. I mean, he was what, like 80-something? He was probably old.
Yeah, he just passed away.
Lived a full life, which
Yep.
is the best we can. Like the best wishes I could give for someone who lived that long. Lived a full life.
This Christmas, I'll be watching Elf and I'll remember you.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. Even though I don't really like Elf that much. It's overhyped. I tried watching it like 5 times throughout my life. Every time something went wrong. Usually the DVD was scratched. And then I finally got to watch it, and after, 15 years of people hyping it up so much, it was like, yeah, it's really good, but not as good as everyone always says it is. The best joke is, bye, buddy, hope you find your dad.
Okay.
Thanks,
I think
Mr. Narwhal.
There's better things, and I'm going to save it for our Christmas episode.
Sure.
The thrice coming of Dinosaurs.
Hell yeah.
Right now, here, I'm calling it the thrice.
Coming of Chrysosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Moving on, who else?
Oh, so Tony Sirico?
Sirico? Who?
Tony was a American Italian actor, who played along with Tony Soprano.
Oh, okay. Bummer. What happened? Just old again?
Yeah, just
Damn.
gave up.
Lived a full life. Bummer. That's sad.
I've never finished The Sopranos, mostly because I'm not allowed to.
You're allowed to.
Well, there's a bad consequence. When I watch The Sopranos
Yes.
or gangster films, I definitely start becoming them.
You start doing this
I
saunter. You start talking like them. you adopt.
can't help myself.
It happened when you watches The Walking Dead. You're becoming a lot more like Rick Grimes in your everyday life. You just adopt the personality when you're watching.
Rick's not Italian, but yeah, it's that same thing where I get stuck in this way, and I'm like, "How you doing?"
It's happened. Joey, Is that Joey from Friends. How you doing? It's because you're an empath. You just empathize too much with the people you see on TV.
I love them.
I know you do.
I think they're fun characters, and they really come to life. And Tony did a great job. James did a great job.
Mm-hmm. And this last person, I know about this one. Kazuki Takahashi. Kazuki Takahashi, who was the man who created Yu-Gi-Oh! The original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga and whatnot. He passed away. Only at 60, which feels young in this day and age.
That one I feel the most.
Yes.
I love Yugi.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I love Joey.
Is
I
so
love Kaiba.
important. It carved huge chunks of my
But my
childhood.
favorite was always Atem.
Atem's really damn cool.
And I draw another card.
I draw another monster card. And, one of my favorite just memories was you and me living together in our apartment. And we just sat down on a whim and we, it lasted 2 or 3 months, watched all of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. All of Yugi, Atem's story. All 5 seasons. And the movie.
God, that movie.
And the abridged series.
I love Atem. I love the write-off they gave him.
Yes.
Dark-Sided Dimensions.
I love his deck. It's a cool deck. Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician.
We have our own decks for Yu-Gi-Oh!
We do.
I'm gonna miss all 3 of you guys. It was awesome to spend time with you. And see it.
They all made the world a better place. A little more cool and creative.
It was better than the world that reality is.
Yes. So. What's next?
What's next? Albuquerque.
Yeah.
So we were talking about Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
They are going to the city of Albuquerque, erect statues of Walter White and Jesse Pinkman in the city. The characters from Breaking Bad.
Interesting.
So
Fascinating.
you told me, you're like, oh, they're drug dealers. They're drug addicts.
Well, I said they're drug dealers. I know Walter White's not a drug addict.
Jesse is.
Yeah, I knew that.
Spoilers.
I've seen the first episode.
Yeah, you didn't watch the rest of it.
We watched it in class, and I didn't have a Netflix subscription.
I think it's cool. You were like, why? And I was like, then why is in Philadelphia, when you run up those staircase, that you run into a giant bronze statue of Rocky
I would love
Balboa?
to see. I don't know Jesse Pinkman's actor's name, but I do know Walter White is played by Bryan Cranston. I would love to see Bryan Cranston taking pictures in front of the Walter White statue.
Well, why wouldn't he?
Exactly. I think it'd be cool.
I think it's cool. Like, I would go to Albuquerque just to get that picture.
Good old
I love those characters.
Yeah, sure. I would like to go to Albuquerque for other reasons too, but that would be a cool thing to see also.
I spent years watching that show, loving and hating it at the same time, and finally finishing it. And I remember coming back to my friends and just being like, you are wrong.
It's
Walter is still alive.
It's definitely AMC's biggest. I'm gonna say it was bigger than The Walking Dead. Definitely better than The Walking Dead.
You know what's sad to me, personally?
What?
When it comes to AMC's characters,
What?
I don't think Walter White's their best character.
No, I think he's a good character. But Walking Dead has a lot of their best characters. Like Daryl, Carol. Those are the 2 on top of the list. Preacher. I don't remember the preacher's name, but the preacher himself, he was cool.
You know, I love Negan.
Yeah, you like villains.
No, he's not a villain.
Anymore.
He was great as a villain, and now as a good guy, I love that guy.
He's neat.
I'm fascinated with him.
I like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's a cool actor.
Why don't you go marry him?
Because I'm pretty sure he's already married. Isn't
Yeah,
he?
it was a joke.
And isn't he 40 or something?
He's a cool guy.
He's super cool.
His character, really defeats Rick, and I love that complexity where Rick is, supposed to be this great hero, and then he runs into his final formidable foe, and then we get 2 seasons of just straight up war, and we're escalating to it. When those 2 are trying to kill each other, oh my God.
I knew no matter what we did, this story, this plot point was gonna end up going back into you talking
You
about
brought
The Walking
back
Dead.
Walking Dead.
You
did it on your own.
I will admit, I did say that. I did bring it up.
You know, it's another great story from AMC.
What?
Halt and Catch Fire.
Halt and Catch Fire?
Catch Fire, yes.
I only saw bits and pieces, but it was fascinating. Cool. Also, it's got Lee Pace in it. And who doesn't love Lee Pace? That's Lee Pace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't love Lee Pace?
Lee Pace, you might know from Pushing Daisies.
No.
Just talking to them.
I have no idea what the show is. Is it a movie?
It's an HBO series. I didn't watch it either.
I know Lee Pace as Legolas's dad.
Thranduil. In the Hobbit trilogy, he's Legolas's dad. Mm-hmm. He's Thranduil. He also plays Ronan the Accuser in Guardians and I think Miss Marvel.
He's Ronan?
Yeah.
Why does he feel like he's only like 5 feet tall as Ronan?
Have you ever seen him next to everyone?
Isn't he like a giant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Ronan,
6'4" and he's wearing platforms.
Why does Ronan feel so short?
He does not.
Yeah, in my memory, he does.
Also, he changes up his voice.
Yeah. He doesn't look or sound anything like Lee Pace. What was the last one you said? What else has he done?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel?
Yeah, he's in there.
Captain Marvel.
Because Captain Marvel takes place before everything else.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, next thing, Skull and Bones.
It's finally happening. After how many years? 5? 6?
5.
It's been a long time coming. Yeah. It's the Black Flag spin-off.
Do any of you like movies?
It's the Assassin's Creed Black Flag spin-off concept game.
Yeah, so Assassin's Creed 4 came out, Black Flag. You would know it as Black Flag. And Naval Warfare.
Yeah.
Which is funny because, well, yeah, it's a podcast. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
So in the third one, Assassin's Creed 3,
Yes.
right? You play as Rohana Gado.
Woo!
You guys would probably call him Connor.
But Rohana Gado is such a cooler name.
And he's the Native American assassin.
Hell yeah.
Of Northern America during the early 1800s.
Woo! Fuck yeah.
Right.
I remember people went bananas when 3 was coming out. Everyone was talking about it.
Do you know who my favorite assassin is?
Is it Rohana Gado?
I want that outfit so bad. I would never stop wearing it.
Black Flag.
So, his grandpa is actually the lead character of Black Flag.
Cool.
So the story start telling. It's a trilogy.
Yeah.
Anyways, his grandfather, I can't remember, Edward.
I'm not gonna. Yes. I
Anyways.
remember because it's in the epic rap battle of history.
So, no, he's not. He's not related to any of them. He's just a made-up character.
No, I know, but they reference him in the epic rap battle of history.
Do they really?
They do. It's
Do they reference the Jackdaw?
They just
Do you notice the high-pitched voice? Like, I'm very excited.
It's because Assassin's Creed sponsored that episode of Epic Rap Battle of History. So they did Al Capone versus Blackbeard. And they reference...
What's Blackbeard's name?
I don't remember at all. Robert?
No.
Roger.
No.
Robert?
Ed?
Ed. Ed. It's Ed. It's Ed Blackbeard. Edward Blackbeard. Edward Beard.
Tench?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's been a while since we watched Our Flag Means Death.
You should still know him.
I'm bad with names.
He's pretty cool.
I see the face. I remember the cool things. I'm bad with names.
Are you just imagining Taika Waititi?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not what he looked like.
I know, but Taika.
Anyways, so 3, you begin doing these naval battles, right? And you get in your ship, and you're Rohanagedo, or Connor, right? The master assassin.
Yep.
And then you start just launching your cannons and just going through these things. But they were just really short missions.
But people loved it.
It was cool. It was fucking amazing.
People ate that
No.
shit up.
No, that was the coolest thing ever.
And
then they were like, let's do a prequel.
And I remember it must have been like 6 years ago, because I remember you telling me about it. Like when we were first started dating.
We've only been dating for 5 years.
So that's what makes me think it had to be 6 years, because you knew about it before you met me.
I knew about it quite a while.
So,
because I remember not knowing you.
Yeah.
And going, oh my god, that'd be a great idea. Where everyone at my job at that time was like, why don't we just find a game where we can do naval combat with this style? And then, like a week later, Ubisoft was like, Skull and Bones, let's go.
It was at every single E3 since I met you. You have been like waiting. Skull and Bones is on your list of things to see, waiting, and it never showed up. And now finally,
it's here.
It's happening. What did you think of the trailer? Yeah?
So, I think naval-wise and the way the thing works, like building supplies and there's a sincere face of doubt.
Yeah.
God, I hope it's good. I know it's been through hell. I've been through hell.
So I don't think it looks like it's gonna be for me personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Says the person who's replaying 3 houses?
Well, I'm not too into like the idea of naval warfare is not really.
Turns out she doesn't like it.
Oh, that's irrelevant. It's like I'm fine with it not being for me. But I feel like some people will enjoy this. I'm just curious on how much is there really going to be able for you to do. Because that's my biggest question. Like, yeah, the lady in the trailer was going on and on and on about all these things. Like, you know, collecting whatever and battling ships and whatever. But when you get down to it and you're just sitting there for like an hour on end, what are you going to get up to? Like, how many times can you raid a ship before you get bored, you know? So that's my question when it comes to the game. I hope it's good. I hope people who want it love it. I hope it's good. I don't think I'm gonna play it. Personally.
I hope it's so good. I hope it's decent. I hope it functions. I really do hope it's functioned.
Yeah.
Because the developmental hell it's been through. So here's one of the things about it. Is they were like, oh, Black Flag, it's great. Let's expand the naval warfare and let's create a spin-off series. Skull and Bones, right? Mm-hmm. Or you would say as...
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
I'll say Skull.
No, you force yourself to say Skull to annoy me. Sometimes I can tell when you really go out of your way to annoy me, because you'll be like, Scal! You'll like completely say it completely wrong.
It's still burials. Anyways. It's been in hell. And so, Ubisoft, which is headquartered in Montreal.
One of them. Isn't there several Ubisoft headquarters?
No, their main headquarters is in Montreal.
Okay.
Right? They decided to send it off to a company that they bought, which is called Ubisoft Shanghai.
Is this the same ones who made, what's, Valhalla? Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
No.
No?
No, these fuckers suck so much they haven't made anything since.
The UI looks exactly like Valhalla. Like, they were going through, like, the customization of your character and your boat, and I'm like, they copy and pasted this. This looks exactly like what you were playing last summer.
Why wouldn't they?
I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I don't know. For being in production for 5 years plus, I guess I would have expected some sort of originality.
So they started building this one. It's the one that we saw back in 2017.
Yeah.
This trailer at E3. What's that?
Long time ago.
Let me tell you. Anyways, that got scrapped. And then they brought in, it's like Ubisoft London or something. Some other division. And they had to work together to build whatever the fuck we're seeing.
Ugh. I hope it's good.
Hold on. Rumors have been spoken, and apparently these reports are saying this game is so bad and broken that you can't actually test it.
Oh.
Because they know it's so bad.
Oh.
But here's the thing that's forcing them to test it. Is the Canadian government, much different from the American government, is very lenient towards these projects.
Yes.
And they will give you grants.
Yeah, they'll do this thing where it'll fund you, but you'll have a limit.
Yep.
Like either a time
due
limit
date.
or an episode limit or something. It does this a lot, actually.
Yep.
And especially for indie projects, which I think is really cool. Way to go, Canada.
Oh, that's weird. Canada's better than America again?
Low bar. Oh, this pile of ants is better than America?
Strange.
Weird. Who'd have guessed?
You know the only doctor I want to see?
Is it Doctor Strange?
His name is Strange.
How about Doc Ock? I want to see Doc Ock.
Why the fuck would I want him to do a prostate?
I just wanted to meet Alfred.
Hi. Oh, hi.
No. What's next? What's next to talk about?
Anyways, so Skull and Bones, I think it's gonna be absolute trash. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, even some of the animations in their trailer
Oh,
didn't
it
look
looks
right.
bad.
They're like this one
I
guy.
loved when you're like, you go ahead.
There was this one guy, he was like yelling and he had like a piece of paper in his hand and he like slammed it down on the table supposedly, but you could see the piece of paper like glitching the fuck out in his hand and he's looking like the opposite direction of your character.
I like that.
Was it when I was telling you that I got bored halfway through watching the trailer that I was just looking at the wind outside?
It was more interesting out there than it was in the trailer.
It was. Look at those leaves. Wow.
So, next thing up is, I'm excited. I will play it. I will give you guys footage on Power On. We will do this together.
What is it? Okay.
Anyways, the next thing about Ubisoft is Assassin's Creed Liberation.
Woo! Which one is what? When does this one take place?
It really pains me that you don't know Assassin's Creed.
I'm sorry. What year does this one take place? Like what time era?
Late 1700s?
In which country?
America?
Which war is that?
None?
What's happening?
You're in France. Or not France,
The French Revolution?
No.
The French Quarter.
Yes. For
what?
So you play as a black woman who's an assassin.
Oh.
She teams up with Rohana Gado.
See, that was all the information I needed.
And you will meet Rohana Gado.
Is this the first time you have to play as a woman? Is this gonna be?
Yeah, I think this was the first time they ever did that.
Hell yeah!
This came out years ago for the PSP.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, they ported it over.
Oh.
And Ubisoft has decided to let go of the rights. Anyone who has it on stream, you're fucked.
Damn.
Anyone else who has it,
So they're just re-releasing it?
you can keep it. No, they're cutting ties. They're severing it
Oh.
from the tendon. Like,
There was
You lose your arm, like Bowser.
there was a lot about this talking point that I did not understand.
I get that you don't understand my bad.
Assassin's Creed.
My other favorite.
Good old Ass Creed.
I do love Assassin's Creed.
I don't know, a lot of their names are hard to keep in order too.
Yes, it is a spin-off of 3.
Okay, cool. Nice. Neat.
But yeah, you play as a black woman who assassinates throughout the French quarters.
Was this the first time you had to play as a black person too?
Yes.
What? A double whammy. Woo! Hell yeah!
It was fun. I didn't play too much of it.
It was on PSP, right?
PSP, yeah.
Was that the only thing it was on?
Oh, they ported it over.
Did you play it on the PSP?
No, I played it on the PS4.
Oh. Because I was like, I don't think you had it. I don't
No,
know.
I played it on the PS3.
Oh. Ooh.
The PS4 just came out. This is long before I met you.
Dang. Fuck.
Anyways,
PSP fucking got shafted a lot.
rest in peace, my son.
Sorry, PSP. Good old PSP.
Anyways, they told everyone, hey, we're losing the rights. For some reason, they just can't keep the rights to it. So, you either buy it now, or you're totally fucked.
Dang. Sucks.
I thought that was interesting. People were like, what the hell?
Weird things are just lob at us out of nowhere. It's like, hey, here's this. It's like, oh.
Here's a new game, by the way. You can't play your old game.
Isn't that crazy? Like, could you imagine, like I have Banjo-Tooie on the N64. Just imagine if at one point in time, just a little drone came in and took my cartridge away. It's like, you can't play this anymore. Like, that's what this is, basically.
You think those blades from the drone would chop my fingers off?
Are you referencing something?
No, I'm just saying. I'm gonna be vicious.
I feel like you're referencing something. What are you talking about?
You're not gonna take my damn games away from me.
Oh, you said it in like your I'm Christian Bale voice.
You stupid bastard.
Why isn't it working? But why not?
You stupid fucking bastard.
It's a good movie. It's a very quotable movie.
Do I have a shout? No, Paul, no, I don't.
Paul. Okay, what's next?
Okay, GoldenEye 007 remake is in limbo.
Wow.
Bad news.
They're remaking. Why?
They've been working on it for a while.
I can tell because like this is who is playing this James Bond.
So the company, I couldn't figure out too much, but the company that's trying to make it again, to remake it, is struggling with the Russian war in Ukraine.
Why is
I couldn't figure out more.
Dang, I would have just assumed licensing issues. Like, you gotta get the actors licensing, and then the movie licensing, and the right to distribution licensing, and then also Microsoft's licensing, because they own that now. So, I just figured it was like a web of licensing problems. I would not have expected Russia to be the bad guy here.
What?
I mean, with this concept...
Aren't they the bad guys of the game?
I mean, you understand what I mean.
Okay.
Is it time? Is it time?
It's time.
It's time for Box Office Trolls. Woo!
Coming in number 1.
Unsurprisingly.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yay! Woo! At, what is that? $144,165,107.
Oh, something I want to bring up.
Yeah.
Last week's numbers were wrong.
Why so?
Because the numbers that I'm reporting are the American numbers.
Oh! Right. I remember you mentioning this when it comes to number 2, Minions.
Rise of Guru?
Guru?
210 million. Dropped by 56.9%.
which I expected it to have a big drop off, but I didn't expect it to stay at number 2. That's insane.
Seriously, guys, don't destroy theaters.
Yeah, don't be an asshole.
They're already scary enough.
Yeah.
Have we not learned anything
Those poor,
from Boulder, Colorado?
like low paid
Some of you guys get that, and
high school students do not get enough to clean up your shitty messes.
I'm sorry for making that reference.
Number 3, Top Gun finally being toppled down from its mountain of success.
Oh, by 40.1%.
But still, like,
making $15 million.
It's Thor and Minions that's beating Top Gun. Who would have guessed?
Oh yeah, it takes a double whammy to get it.
Yeah, you needed the Minions.
Did you know? And I was reading this. Miles Teller plays the new. He's Goose's son.
Who? Who's Miles Teller?
Fan Forstick. He plays Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, that guy?
Oh, did you know him from Whiplash, where he won an Oscar?
No, I don't know what Whiplash is.
He's a drummer, and he has to deal with J.K. Simmons yelling at him.
This
is a movie.
I believe you. I don't know it. I didn't like him as Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, no, he's actually a really talented actor.
Well, good for him. Sometimes I feel like just a bad script or bad direction can, like, make
Anyways,
an actor look terrible.
Miles and Tommy are in talks for 3.
Do you mean Tom Cruise?
Yeah,
No. No. I'm guessing he doesn't die in this one. Goose Jr. over here?
Isn't that clear to you?
I don't know.
They come across some bogeys and they shut them down.
Probably. I don't care about the plot of Top Gun 2.
Okay. Number 4, Elvis.
Staying here longer than I expected. I know it's only its 3rd week, but I expected this to drop off quickly.
Number 5, Jurassic World.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What I found interesting about Jurassic World is people hate it.
Yes.
I've read the plot, and I can't even conceptualize it. I thought the last one, number 6 or 5,
I don't remember.
Lost Kingdom.
Like, I'm not surprised. Everything I've heard is bad.
Hey, I think it's weird that it goes from World to Lost Kingdom to Dominion.
Yeah, you kind of
bad naming choices.
Yeah, you went downhill. I'm not gonna lie. Number 6, The Black Phone. Doing better than I expected, honestly. I expected this to be a super under the radar, like sit at number 10 for 2 weeks and be done. So good job, Black Phone. Surprising me.
Number 7, Lightyear.
Yeah.
Negative 52.2%.
Ooh.
Only coming in with a total of 112 million.
And it's 4th week in box office.
Y'all suck.
Oof. That star power, just because you recognize it doesn't mean it's going to do success anymore.
Number 8, Marcel
the Shell with shoes on. Woo! Hooray!
Don't know what that is.
It was based off of an old YouTube comedy, like, animation thing. Like a stop motion animation. With this little tiny shell with shoes, and he would just kind of like walk around being tiny in the big world around him.
Okay.
I'm amazed they made a movie, honestly.
Mr. Malcolm's List goes to number 9.
Okay.
And Doctor Strange is still up there.
At number 10? Damn. You know what this means? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once knocked down to number 11. Finally, after 16 weeks off the number 10s.
Well,
Wow.
I added 2 others here.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually do up to 10 unless we want to talk about something that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that an A24 film, Everything, Everywhere at All Once,
Yeah.
got knocked down. Finally knocked down a peg.
Yes. 16 weeks. 4 whole months.
Still going strong.
Yeah. It could go, honestly, right back up to the number 10 slot again next week, for all we know.
Number 12, The Bad Guys.
Yeah, 12 weeks. It's, getting it down this far.
235 million. Or 235,000.
Yeah. It's doing pretty good.
And Bob's Burgers, which I just wanted to point out just because you're around. And I had to do some stuff around it.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to point out that it's number 13. Really is quick.
It's doing very poorly. It's
week 7?
I'm already seeing people scrambling to try to fix and save Bob's Burgers. Like the production company. I don't remember who makes it.
And Top Gun Maverick came out at the same time and is still destroying.
Ooh.
At number 3. I just wanted to point that out just to prove you wrong.
Well, how well did the Simpsons movie do when it first came out?
I don't know. It was horrible. Have you seen it?
I have. I thought it was fine. But I feel like the Simpsons movie did trash in the theaters and did really good, like, with commercial sales, like DVD. I'm wondering if Bob's Burgers will follow suit. Like, no one wants to go to the movie theaters to see an adult cartoon, you know?
I just don't care.
Yeah, that's also true. As similar to, to Rick and Morty, it's been around for so long, I'm kind of done with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the end of it?
Yeah, that was it.
This is going to be a long one.
It's not going to be too long.
It's going to be like 2 hours, almost.
Sorry for all the choppiness.
Yeah, so things happen. We record stuff, audio issues happen, whatever. We do our best.
Have fun. If you have friends, talk to them about it.
Yeah. Anything we talked about here, leave your thoughts and opinions down below.
I enjoy doing these. There I go, doing
You'll never escape the ums.
Should I change it to like? Like
totally.
Like. So
good.
while you guys are listening to this, we should be watching Thor.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Hell yeah.
I'll tweet something precious towards it.
Maybe. Try not to spoil anything.
If you guys are watching us because of the vegetarian diet, I've been lacking on that one.
Well, the thing is, we haven't really been doing anything exciting. Like.
Well, we haven't broken the diet.
Yeah. It's just the same old, like, things we've done already, or things that aren't that creative or different, you know?
I'm also more tired.
Yes.
I need more carbs.
Yes.
Also, protein would be nice.
God, I think about it a lot. We had portobello mushroom burgers yesterday, where instead of, like, a hamburger patty, it was a portobello mushroom. Great. Fantastic.
I thought it was okay.
10 out of 10. I just really like mushrooms,
It was decent. Not kidding. It was so good. Sometimes I forgot I was eating a mushroom.
Just putting, provolone cheese? So good! We have leftovers still, and I'm happy we do.
Yeah. That's breakfast.
Alright, so I think that's the end of Coffee Break.
We did! Yay! What a painful process. I mean, I love you guys, and I hope you all have a great time.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Listen to my mouse swivel around. Do you not like it? I like it. Just kidding. I'll see you guys.